Welcome to Sips and Selling. I'm your host, Joanna Kober,
And I'm Tennille Moore.
and we are excited to be back with you for another episode. I think we've been talking about some great things throughout
Yes.
the season, our first season, and I think we're super proud of it. And the feedback that we have been receiving has
Yes.
been pretty positive, right? Well, not pretty positive, positive. So we are starting off with our
Sip of today.
What did you pour us? So I let Tennille pour our drink. I really don't even know what it is. She just came in and had the drink.
I went with just something simple that I usually do if I go to a restaurant and their menu looks like so complicated. And I really need a drink. I'm like, just give me rum and Coke.
Oh, that's what we
It's
have.
so simple. I don't have the lime, but I usually do rum and Coke with a lime. And it has to be Coke. Because you ever go somewhere and like they have Pepsi? Pepsi's a little sweeter, so it's not the same as rum and Coke.
Okay.
Who are you, Pepsi or Coke?
When I do drink soda, it's neither. It's ginger ale Sprite.
Okay, so you don't do like a dark. Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
But I'm going to drink it because you made it.
Okay, well, let's sip and see.
Let me see. Oh, I like that. Sip and see. That's a good one.
I just don't think you can go wrong with it like them.
It's good. I can roll with it if
Smooth.
it is. But I feel like I could probably keep drinking this like I'm drinking a soda, and then
It'll sneak up on you
I'll
because
be-
that rum isn't
Yes.
like really strong. It's smooth, and so before you know it, you'll be sipping rum.
And
You don't got a
red.
Jamaican.
that's what I was just gonna say. Rum is made in Jamaica, or that's what Jamaica is known for, and I love Jamaica. If I could go somewhere every
We need to go back.
vacation,
Where were
would
we?
be-
Montego Bay.
It was Jamaica, and I think it was. It was. Or was it? No, yeah, it was Montego Bay.
Okay.
Yes. And I love jerk chicken. I love
Me too.
all of the plantains. All
too.
Of the, okay. Do you make, I don't know how to make.
I tried to make plantains, but I haven't got like the best recipe. But I've tried jerk chicken, and it was so. It's just I cannot get it like the taste like authentic, like
Yeah.
from Jamaica or like Jerk Hut or somewhere.
I was told that you marinate the chicken in whatever the jerk sauce or seasoning. I prefer jerk seasoning over jerk sauce.
Me too. Me too. Yes. I like actually. Now that you say that, I see that I do prefer a rub or seasoning over sauces when it comes to chicken wings. Anything, I like a rub
Yeah.
over the sauce.
I don't know why, but because some of the wings that have the different sauces be fire, it'd be good. But I think I'm like you. I prefer seasonings over sauces.
So one holiday season, well, not one holiday season, but usually for the holidays, I don't do traditional Thanksgiving.
What do you do?
We do like something, we usually pick, like we might do Chinese, we might do Caribbean, we might do Italian. One time we did Jamaican,
Oh,
but I catered it all from a
Okay.
restaurant.
but that's
Because
still
we do
fun.
traditional Christmas time.
Yeah.
Do you do the same thing? Because we've done seafood for Thanksgiving and everything.
Okay, I don't know if it's this drink that you made me, but I'm a little warm, so I'm gonna just fan off for a second. But I'm still gonna talk. I do like non-traditional. I guess I don't know what word I'm looking for, festivities or celebrations, because I do think we get caught up in a rut of doing the same old, same old. Every Thanksgiving, every Christmas is turkey, dressing, macaroni
Yeah.
and cheese.
So you're having it back to back.
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah.
and Thanksgiving. And then also when it comes to Thanksgiving, like when it comes to the textbooks, I don't know what I'm like actually celebrating. And so when they start telling the truth about Thanksgiving and that it wasn't what I was taught in school, I just like take that day off and be thankful for everything I have in my life,
Yep.
but not the traditional. They came over, we celebrated. No, you stole our land. It's more to that. How do you feel about that?
I think you're right. I don't even think about that at Thanksgiving. I'm with you. I think about what I'm thankful for. I think about enjoying a good meal, spending time with family, friends. I literally do not even think about
The history,
the origination of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's why it's a good chance I will not have like the turkey.
Oh, but I love
at the event. But I do love fried turkey.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think with a lot of traditions, I don't like Easter. I don't really think of a bunny in any manner. I don't even know where that came from. I think more so of the of religion, and I just think of it as another day to again eat good food. I feel like you the more lucky one.
when it comes to traditions, like I'm not crazy about Valentine's Day either, but Jeff is. And then he's like, you do the same thing every time. Like I wake up in the morning, I come downstairs, there's candy, there's money, there's roses and balloons on the same kitchen table every year. But I don't know if I would like, if he didn't do it, would I be like, well, what's going on? But he does the exact same thing every year.
Well, I like the idea that he is thoughtful and he does something for you. But it's like with Christmas, the thing of, or your birthday, it's a surprise. You don't know where you're going to get. So if I got something, the exact same thing every holiday, I don't think I would like that.
He do the exact same thing every holiday.
Poor baby.
Like,
and what do you say? Do you act surprised every time?
he literally runs down and try to set it up like it's a surprise every time. No, one time I just walked by like, what the fuck? Like, is this fucking deja vu? Am I in a fucking dream?
Or 51st dates.
51st Valentine Day, like same balloon. Like, is he reusing the same balloon? Like, goodness.
No, you gotta speak up. Did you tell him?
I have.
And what did he say?
He'll do the same thing.
Oh,
like, just fucking make me some waffles and eggs. Fuck it, do something different.
Do you think Valentine's Day is just a day for women to receive gifts from their man, or is it both, or is it vice versa? Like, do you get him things too?
No, because I don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day. Because he's a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. So he's a good man. So I don't need to I don't have to wait around.
Yeah.
He is very catering. He ordered me to go all the time and DoorDash and Uber Eats and all those good things that I love. Like, he does everything. So why do I Valentine's Day is stupid to me. I don't want to go out to eat because we go out to eat all the time.
Yes.
So I rather if he did something had a chef come in, something special.
Jeff, are you listening?
But if it's just traditional, every time he do you want reservations? No.
Okay.
We can't go out to eat on Valentine's Day because it's just too busy and it's dumb and stupid. And so I'd rather just cuddle up, order me a pizza and watch a movie, and I don't need the balloons. I don't need anything because he get me flowers every week.
Okay.
I get flowers before the other ones die.
Okay.
Because I love fresh flowers.
Yeah, I do see that when I come over to your place.
I always have everyone oh, your flowers are always beautiful. So Valentine's Day is just...
Wait, okay,
he can pass on it.
So I heard you. So you don't do anything for him for Valentine's Day. But do you think women should do things for their man for Valentine's Day, or you think...
I might do a little extra, little splits and stuff. A little razzle. Little bust it downs.
So you do some additional...
Extra little...
Zingers.
Put a little more time on it,
A little razzle dazzle.
Put a little more time on it, But other than that, that's all you're going to get out of me.
On Valentine's.
On Valentine's Day. That's not a real holiday.
Okay. What about Sweetest Day?
What?
You never heard of Sweetest Day?
What's Sweetest Day?
It is a holiday like Valentine's Day that is in October. Or is it September? It's either September or October. But there is a Sweetest Day. Look it up. Don't look like that. It is a... Please, somebody message her.
I need somebody to look up the Sweetest Day.
Sweetest Day is a real thing, and we can bet
on it.
How is it
spelled? What is the Sweetest Day? You get the sweetest candy? Who's the sweetest what? The sweetest.
It's like a love day. It's a couple's day. Is
it not like a traditional American holiday? Is it like a Spanish holiday? Is it what holiday is it?
It's Sweetest Day.
Who came up with all these days?
I can't tell you.
Who came up with International Sister Day, International Boyfriend Day, International Dog Day, Hot Dog Day, Pizza Day, Hamburger Day, French Fry Day, Day,
Popcorn Day,
Podcast Day.
You're right. I don't know who came up with these days. We should.
Are these official days? Can we make a day?
That's what I was going to say. I feel like we can make up a day, but these are national. There's Chocolate Day, champagne.
How did they become national days?
I don't really know the process. That's a good question. What will we name our day? What What would you name a day if you could pick?
Ooh.
Make it into a national day.
I think it'd be a national spa day.
I think that exists.
Is it? It's so many dumb days. I was like,
Wait, how's it dumb when you just wanted to name it?
Like, I always try to convince my friends, like, somebody's like, what should I do for my birthday? Like, you should have a spa day.
I always like spa days. But there's National Homeownership Day. Or no, I think Homeownership Month. There's Homeownership Month. And then there's National... There's
some... a National Realtors Day? Love Your Realtor Day?
It's a good... I don't know if that day exists already. That's a good one for us to look up. I don't know if that exists.
National Realtor Appreciation Day.
We're going to look it up. Or we're going to make it up or look it up. Both?
We're going to make it up. That's our day.
Okay. Tennille and Joanna's or just National?
I don't know.
Love Your Realtor Day.
Love Your Realtor Day.
National Don't Cheat on Your Realtor Day.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Don't cheat on your... National No Cheating Day. Just
Ooh,
if you're a
just in
cheater,
general.
you
Yeah.
can't cheat.
Yeah.
Because you can't cheat on your diet.
Mm-hmm.
You can't cheat in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
As a realtor.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
cheat on a test.
Cheat the clock. You can't cheat the date. You can't cheat the time. You can't cheat anything.
Everything got to be on the up and up.
No cheating day.
I think we need to make... I don't think that exists.
It could be a no cheat day.
Okay.
And then come back with a cheat day.
It just wash out. Just wash out.
Anyhow. So now that we're like... people, every time I make a post or it's a post of like me and someone from the brokerage, it's always when it's season 2. Do you get that?
You're talking about season 2 of Selling Tampa, right?
Yes.
I do get that a lot, especially when another season of selling anything selling comes out. Get a whole bunch of DMs. When is Selling Tampa season 2 come out? When I go to events or if I'm speaking at an event like you too, they'll walk up to me. When is season 2 coming out? We loved you guys, and I'm just like, no, it's not coming out.
It's not coming. It's not coming.
And then people ask, well, why? I'm like, because they said no. I don't. That's really why. It's just not. That's the answer. And what do you feel about that? Like, do you feel that we should have a different response to that? Because what do you think?
Well, the response is like, no, we're not having another one. They decided to not renew. But everyone got sort of conflicting conversations because when I spoke with the producers, he was like, oh, well, we're just not renewing it this year because, one time Bling Empire, we didn't renew it that year, but we came back 2 years later. So you never know if we want to bring it back.
Yeah.
So, you just never know. But I feel like we're not going to get a season 2. And for a lot of reasons.
And do you feel like, what are some of those reasons? Let's just talk about it. I know there's been some speculations and sometimes people say certain things or we wasn't selling enough luxury real estate or we didn't fight enough or we were too petty. Everybody says different things. And I think we should just talk about how we feel about it.
I feel like because we had a producer or a company that took a risk with dealing outside of his race because it takes something to like he's not black, so you don't know what it entails on like filming black women when it comes to makeup, when it comes to hair, personalities, conversation, verbiage, dialect. Like you don't know anything. So he kind of took that risk and then he tried to bring in people of our color to help out, but I just think that was sort of kind of a problem when it came to filming us.
Okay, yeah. Like we can't really relate. And you're right. Shout out to Monique.
Yeah.
She was amazing. But I kind of feel you on that. I think it's different. Maybe he expecting different things. We're in a different market. Tampa is great. I love living here, but it's not LA.
Yeah.
So you're going to get something different here.
You're not going to get that LA porn when it comes to real estate. Like that those lines, those
Yeah.
type of buildings, those views.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get that here in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
You might get some of that in Miami,
Yeah.
even close to Sarasota, but you're not going to get that type of real estate in Tampa.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that could have been part of the reason. But I was still disappointed because we had so many colored, when I say colored, minority, black, brown, minority women, particularly, that loved the show, that really inspired them to get real estate license, do anything really in real estate because they saw people that looked like them, right? It's almost like when we were younger, when we hardly saw Barbie dolls that looked
Yeah.
like us, or baby dolls that looked like us, or a black president.
Yeah.
We didn't see that. And so when you're able to see that, that really does a lot of inspiring. And I hate that we could not continue to do that just because it didn't look like and feel like Selling Sunset.
Yeah, because we can't say it was like Netflix. Like Netflix could have gave the producers a budget and they decided to spend it elsewhere. You know, like we can't. It's like people think Netflix didn't renew us when it's not Netflix didn't renew us.
Okay.
Because it's the producers and then they have control over. You know what I'm saying? It's different
they
than
pitch.
people. Yeah.
Well, and I think networks themselves, they do have some authority. They have authority on what they want on their show, but you have to have the producer pitching it
Yeah.
to them as well. But I have, in some instances, and this is all new to me, this is just stuff that I've learned over the last couple of years, that sometimes a network will seek out a producer to say, this is the type of show that we want. We want to see this on our network, and then it's up to the producer to go and find that talent and really to execute the vision of the network.
I think I think we needed to be in that space. At the time when we came out, I think 2020, it was like the Me Too movement. You had just say Atlanta Housewives was like the first thing that came out in '08. And that's kind of fizzling out. It's kind of watered down. It's not as good as it was when it initially came out. Then you have a Love and Hip Hop, and you know,
And you have the different cities
Yeah,
that it expanded
but it
to.
still wasn't like it's all music and you know how often people become like rappers or football players is
It's less.
less.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
so when you come, like, you can actually take a course, become a realtor. Like, this is something tangible. Like, you can really see yourself doing this type of
you
profession.
don't need a big break.
You don't need a break. It ain't about who you know. You can actually do this.
Yeah.
It was something real that we offered the audience.
Yeah.
And that, you know, because we didn't have enough drama or whatever it was, I just feel like that's why we didn't get picked up too.
Well, you had a little drama.
I mean,
You had a little drama.
that's my middle name, but yeah, because but we didn't have a lot of drama. We cleared it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
We agreed to disagree and keep moving.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's life. And I think that's another important thing that people need to see. Just because you disagree or you argue, you don't actually have to throw a glass or break something or fight with someone. Not saying that sometimes it's necessary, but that's not what honestly, that's really not even who we are in general.
Yeah.
As a brokerage, we all work together. We're all professional women. And I was proud of how we handled our disagreements. And everyone in life is not going to get along. You're not going to click with everybody. You're going to have disagreements. You're going to like some people more than you like others. And that's just life.
But that's like family. You have this like uncle, this aunt, cousin, someone who just gets on your nerve, but you love them to death because it's family.
Yeah.
And like that you could say something to them, but you wouldn't let anyone else say anything about them. And also that's the difference that between Selling Tampa and Selling Sunset and Selling OC. Selling Tampa, we are a true brokerage. We were a true brokerage. No one was cast in. No one did an interview outside. No one joined the brokerage to be on the show. We were the Fabulous Eight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were original people on the brokerage.
Did you guys really do real estate
Yeah.
before the show? I know. And the question is always yes. We were actually a brokerage and we did all work for Allure. And
Yes.
that people always ask that.
Yeah. And the other shows, they literally half of the people are just about probably 50% of those people are cast. they probably have their real estate license now, but they weren't originally with the Oppenheimer Group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's like they want real, but they don't want real.
mm-hmm.
They want stripped it, and they
Yeah.
call it unstripped it, but it's really stripped it.
Yeah.
Reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to
real,
say
but
certain
unreal.
things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, remember when it was like wanted Sherelle to say, to the sky, to the moon, to the mountains. Bitch, it's not one mountain in Florida.
The mountaintops.
It was like, what did he want her to say in her speech? Like,
No.
no.
And the answer is no. And I think that's an important aspect for people to remember when there's a lot of opportunities, right, to be cast on shows. Even before we were doing Selling Tampa, we were contacted by several other producers to do a show.
Yeah.
So if the opportunity does ever come to you, I just think it's important to do kind of your research, stand by who you are. Always be understanding and be who you are, because even if it may work out, it may not, but you know that you were your authentic self.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I think we could be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
I can speak for me. I can't speak for everyone else, but it was an opportunity, and I think we made the best of it.
Yeah, because most of the time people are like, well, how did you feel about being on, filming and on TV? And I'm like, I was being myself, so it was nothing to me. I could do it all day, every day. I could do it in my sleep, because literally, the same person you see on camera, you're going to see in person with me, you know? I feel like when I watched the show, that everyone wasn't being their authentic self.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like extremely cheesy. But I think people were being a little extra than they usually are.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
And I think that goes back to what some people think people want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And if you feel like you want to behave in a manner where you think some people want to see, you're going to act different.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do something to maybe be more dramatic, or maybe be more, I don't know, more what they aren't. Is the best
And
way
then
to
me,
put it.
like, people think I'm extra, and I was like trying to tone it down.
Yeah.
I thought I was like,
Yeah.
you don't want to see Tennille, the real Tennille, you know? So
you
I
did
was
tone
like,
it down. I
was
yes.
trying to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, but I still think you were yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think that it was something that we weren't even prepared for. It's just, and I think that was the beauty of it, because we had never been. None of us really had ever been on TV. We've never filmed anything. We weren't actresses. We had never taken.
We really couldn't believe we was getting this opportunity. It was like,
yeah, it just, and that's a testament to when something is supposed to be for you, it's going to be for you. There's nothing that you can do to really prepare for it, because it's going to come to you anyway.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened.
Because I got my real estate license in December. I signed up with Sherelle, and by March, we was under contract with Netflix.
It was quick.
It was like boom, 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 boom. But usually, everything I touched turned to gold. Once I joined the brokerage, we got the deal,
Wait, hold on. So it had nothing to do with Sherelle, nothing to do with...
It might be, because let me tell you, I literally skipped out on a meeting in Tallahassee.
Oh, okay.
Drove down to do a photo shoot. That we had a Women's International Day photo shoot.
We were outside. We had on the tan colors.
Yes, and that's
cute.
the one that kind of went viral too. So I was I was in the movement. I was like, I can't miss this photo shoot. I got to get down there. So I left work at lunch.
Yeah.
Came down, did the photo shoot, and was back to a reception that night.
Wow.
I came, did the photo shoot, and went back to Tallahassee. In the same day.
You come in and look, and think about if you didn't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes you just gotta go for it. You gotta make decisions sometimes that aren't easy, and then look what happens.
Yeah.
I think overall it was a great experience, and I'm happy.
I would do it again.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I don't take anything I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put my life out there. But I didn't put much of my business out there anyway. So.
Yeah. I think that was the beauty of it too. You, in these shows like this, you share some personal. You share. You're really there to show them. Of course, we were real estate agents, and we want people to see that you can be a woman, a minority woman, and do business in real estate. So that was really the whole premise. And then some personal. So I think we had a good balance.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like we didn't get a chance to prove ourselves though at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
I agree. I
Yeah.
definitely agree. So and it's a lot with first season shows. You're getting in the swing of things. People don't know what they expect if they're comparing it to another show. Even though it's different, it may not live up to that hype. But it was still ours, and it was still beautiful women, beautiful brokerage, and we were about our business. So I do think
Do
that.
you think that we should have been like separate from the selling group? Like, because we was originally buying the Bay, and then they decided to do selling
Yeah.
as a franchise instead of like letting us have our own name being like buying the Bay.
No, I don't think the name.
It would have made different.
No,
Anything
and
different?
I don't think so. And I like the name.
Yeah.
And I think that when you're under a brand, in order for it to be recognizable, you kind of go
Yeah.
with it. Now, if we were on maybe a different network, possibly a
Yeah,
different
that's
name.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, but I think the name was
Especially
good.
that we was going to be on Netflix.
Mm-hmm,
Do you think if because we were scouted out by like a few different producers before, and then Sherelle was like, we
Yeah.
got all these people coming at
Yep.
us, let's go to the big wigs.
Mm-hmm.
So she went after
Yeah.
going big.
Yeah.
But do you think if we went with like a different network, we probably have like a ton of seasons? Because it's a lot of like stuff that I feel like our show was way better than
Yeah.
on.
And
TV.
the fact that we still get so many messages, and anytime about we inspired them, about they watched it, they loved it. I can't answer that. You never know what could happen if you did something different or we're on a different network. But I just think, do I think we should have had another opportunity? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad for that opportunity because like I just didn't get in real estate to be on TV.
Right.
So it's like, oh, well, we did it. I can check that off.
Yep.
My bucket list, I was on TV. I was a reality star. It wasn't even on the list. But hey, my grandkids can be like, Mommy, you was on TV. I'll save the files. It might be like in some kind of dinosaur drive by the time I have grandkids. But it was never nothing like I never wanted to be a reality star.
No.
I never wanted to be
Never
on
even
TV.
crossed my mind.
So just the point that we did it and like we were great and we was authentic. I can't take anything back.
Nothing back. And I'm happy I did it with you, Tennille.
We used to be like, girl, we gonna be grandmas by the time this thing air.
I do remember that. It took so long for editing. Oh my gosh.
Well, because we signed the contract March of 2020, and then COVID hit April. Was it April of 2020?
Somewhere around there.
We
It's all
signed
a
the
blur.
contract like a month before COVID.
Yeah.
And then, Florida was like outside. We didn't care. We like everyone came to Florida because DeSantis was like, this is how we make our money in tourism. And we're not shutting down. And so then our producers was like cavemen. They was like in the house. They was like scared. They weren't coming out the door because of COVID. So we had to literally wait until COVID was over.
It was like a year and a half. What about
to film.
Like a year? It had to be at least a year.
We went on a contract like right before. And then I feel like, shoot, if we would have filmed before COVID, we would have had ratings because that's like when everybody was watching TV. Like people just, if we would have got the contract, we would actually film before the pandemic, we would have been
more. It would have
blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think so. But it was a great time. It was something that I'm happy to be a part of. Still on there, but we not getting paid from it. So don't watch it.
But it's still exactly.
No, I'm just saying that it's a good show.
With you being single, would you do like a dating show?
It's funny you say that. The answer is yes, and I was asked to do a dating show, but Netflix wouldn't let me do it while we were filming. No, after we filmed. It was after we filmed.
You're still under contract?
I was still under contract. Another network had reached out to do a dating show. Yep. So
I don't know if I would do reality. I probably would, but just for some reason, I want to do one of those like crazy game shows, like The Circle,
I can see you doing
or
that.
something. Like I want to do something fun.
Yes.
I want to do like something that's gonna bring out something I try to leave behind me, that temper.
The old you.
The old me. But I could see myself doing like one of those
I could see that.
game shows. And
Game shows are fun.
that's what I want to do.
And would you be on it or like a host or what?
I would like to host like a food thing.
Oh.
Like a judge
Mm-hmm.
on food.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I know how to like, my palate. I know how, like, I'd be like, yeah, you got basil time. Like, I can tell you
pick up
everything,
on it.
like, pick up on stuff. But other than judging,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be
On
a participant.
Okay.
Like, I really wanted to do the circle when it was out. I don't even know if it was still out, but I was like, oh, I want to, I like the mold. I like those type
That's
things.
fine. I don't even know. I mean, I heard of them, but I don't even know what those shows are.
Yeah. You so busy. I literally give myself a day to watch TV.
I kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you always watch TV, or do you have a day where maybe you read books or catch up on news? I'm not a news watcher. So, are you saying you have a day just to watch TV, or just a day to do whatever?
So I wake up and I turn the news on.
Mm-hmm.
I always are like, I feel like if I don't, I need to have current affairs so I can have a conversation with anyone.
Uh-huh.
Like when you watch the news, you literally can have this conversation with anyone else who probably is up on current affairs. And then the day when I watch TV is not the same day.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really like, after my clients, if I have one day when I don't have any clients or isn't meeting with my team or anything, so it could be a Wednesday, Thursday, I just will literally, sometimes the TV watching me, but I will work in my bed and have television on.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And that's how you find the shows and figure out what you like, and I like that.
Yeah, because other days I could be home working and never turn TV on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true. I think that we do have to learn to do things that we enjoy doing, not always just work. Even though I know it's hard to do that. I'm a testament to that, but I think it's good to watch some things, learn things from what you watch. So I like it.
Yeah. Because that's what I was saying, like, we should give them an explanation on, no, there will not be a Selling Tampa season 2 anytime soon.
And that puts that to
But
bed.
doesn't mean that we won't be on television.
No.
Again,
No.
that doesn't mean that.
Mm-mm.
Because we've been reached out
Yeah.
by several different producers for different type of shows, but we will not be under the Selling brand.
Yeah.
With Done and Done. We won't be with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. And that is that. Thank you for joining Sips and Selling. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook under Sips and Selling. DM us on Sips and Selling. You can send us an email at info@sipsandselling.com, or you can message us really separately. We'll both get it. And thanks for joining.
Yeah, and we don't have Selling Tampa season 2, but of course you see us on the podcast, and we'll respond to any questions, or just hit us up.